In the unfathomable silence of interstellar space, where no planets circle and no suns burn, something moved. Not drifting like debris, not tumbling like an abandoned rock, but moving with purpose. And the first witness was not a billion-dollar observatory or an AI-powered telescope. It was one of humanity's oldest explorers, Voyager 2. Launched in 1977, Voyager was built in the analog age, long before the internet or smartphones. And yet, decades later, in the year 2025, it continues to whisper back across the abyss. This time, what it sent home stunned the scientific world. Voyager had picked up something so strange, so utterly unaccounted for, that it threatens to rewrite the very framework of astrophysics. Because Voyager 2 didn't just record random noise. It captured an anomaly, a presence, a moving object or entity, that seemed to travel with rhythm and intention. Something nature, as we understand it, should not be capable of doing in the frozen emptiness between stars. It began with the plasma wave detector. A simple, old-fashioned instrument designed to listen to charged particles. The reading started innocently enough, a low-frequency pulse. But then came irregular flickers, directional shifts, and finally, a sustained pattern of movement. Unlike anything Voyager had ever encountered, it wasn't happening inside the heliosphere, where the solar wind might create turbulence. It was coming from beyond the boundary, past the helipause deep in interstellar space, where silence should reign. It was like hearing a deliberate whisper echo through a desert. At first, scientists checked the obvious. Could it be an asteroid? A comet? A dust cloud? But nothing fit. This anomaly was shifting direction, altering its rhythm, and adapting as though aware of itself. Even stranger, the readings seemed to respond when Voyager changed orientation, as if the anomaly knew it was being observed. If true, this behavior was unlike any natural object we've ever catalogued. It didn't burn fuel. It left no exhaust. It emitted no radiation trail. Yet it moved as though equipped with some propulsion system we cannot imagine. And then came the most chilling clue. The signal wasn't random. The pulses appeared in bursts separated by prime numbers, 3, 5, 7. Patterns too deliberate to be noise. Patterns that looked like code. The whispers began immediately within the scientific community. Could Voyager 2 have stumbled across something artificial? A probe left behind by an ancient civilization? A cloaked reconnaissance device scanning its environment? Or something even stranger, an interstellar machine, dormant until now, awakened by Voyager's presence? A more cautious camp argued it might be an exotic plasma formation, behaving almost like a rudimentary intelligence. But even this explanation stretched physics to its breaking point. Plasma doesn't adapt, pause, and resume in prime intervals. Plasma doesn't change course with precision. And then came the most disturbing discovery of all. When researchers compared Voyager's data with old telemetry from New Horizons and Pioneer 10, subtle anomalies began to align. New Horizons had experienced unexplained glitches in a nearby region. Pioneer 10 had deviated mysteriously decades ago, a drift never fully explained. For years, these had been dismissed as malfunctions. But now, viewed in the context of Voyager's encounter, they formed a chilling pattern. What if this wasn't new? What if something had been quietly following us from the outer system, moving unseen, and only now, deliberately, revealing itself? On the 49th day of monitoring, the anomaly did something that froze every scientist in the room. It stopped. Not slowed. Not drifted. Stopped. As though it had chosen to. For 17 hours it performed a series of micro-movements, a tight spiral, eerily similar to calibration maneuvers we use on satellites. To engineers, this was no random turbulence. It was intent. Then came the pulse. A sharp spike of low-frequency radiation, so precise it triggered Voyager's old safety protocols. The spacecraft realigned its dish. And in that instant, the signal ceased. To many, this suggested the unthinkable. The anomaly hadn't just been detected, it had responded. And Voyager, unknowingly, had answered. The implications are staggering. Some now believe Voyager has stumbled into a field, a sensor net woven into interstellar space. A kind of cosmic tripwire designed to awaken when crossed. Perhaps not a ship. Not even a creature. But a gatekeeper, an ancient sentinel observing who dares to pass through this quiet corridor of the galaxy. If true, it would mean we are not only not alone, we have been watched. Not for years but for centuries. Perhaps longer. For decades, Voyager was thought of as our lonely ambassador, carrying humanity's golden record into the dark. But maybe that message was never drifting aimlessly. Maybe it has been intercepted. And the silence of space has just answered back. What comes next is uncertain. Are we under observation? Have we awakened something that was meant to remain dormant? Or is this the first cautious step toward contact? One thing is undeniable. Voyager 2 has reminded us of a truth we too easily forget.